But here I am, living the dream.
Leo Hare and his family describe themselves as moral migrants, Americans who relocated to Russia in search of salvation. We met them at their new home in Ivanovo, 150 miles from Moscow. It's a big change from Texas, but change is exactly what Leo and wife Chantel wanted.
So today we're going to Russia. We are looking at Americans who are moving to Mother Russia because they believe America is too woke for them. They would rather move to Russia. Now, the funny thing is most of these Americans are coming from Texas, which made me question, do you know how crazy you have to be to think that Texas is too woke that you would rather move to Russia? Like, you have to be top level crazy. You mean like Arkham Asylum level crazy. So today's video, we're going to be looking at them, the Americans who decided to go to Mother Russia, and see their reasons for it. So enough talking, let's just start the video.
We were noticing a great upsurge in LGBT type policies coming into the government, especially the school system.
This is a complete demonic attack against the conservative Christian families.
Okay, sorry for pausing immediately. I just want to translate for people who have not lived in America. Whenever you hear conservatives saying it's an attack on conservative Christian values, they mean an attack on white people, okay? Whenever you hear conservative Christian values, they mean white people. Whenever you hear them say real Americans, they also mean white people, okay? Whenever you hear them saying like patriots, like the patriots of this country, they also mean white people. Okay, so because most of them don't consider minorities real Americans, they don't consider minorities like real Christians. They believe Jesus is white, but that's a story for another day. Let's continue with the story.
And we will not stand for this.
There's no risk of that in Russia, where so-called LGBT propaganda is banned.
There are laws that say, no, you can't just run wild and have gay pride parades and dance in front of all the children. You can't do this, okay? I like this, and anybody who's straight will kind of say, okay.
We feared for our children's future.
The family of 5 arrived 2 years ago, not knowing a word of Russian. And they were granted political asylum in a ceremony covered on state TV.
I feel like I've been put on an ark of safety for my family, and it's very important. Thank you so much.
And they're not the only ones who have made the move. Moral migration is on the rise.
In the past year, Russia says more than 2,000 Westerners have applied to live here on what's called a shared values visa. It was introduced by Vladimir Putin for those who think the West has become too woke. Most Western expats, of course, left Russia after its invasion of Ukraine nearly 4 years ago. But now, some are being drawn here despite it.
You know, it's crazy how the conservative movements in the West have come to fully embrace Russia, because there was a time where Russia was the bad guy, but now almost all conservative movements are fully embracing Russia. They are loving Putin. They are loving everything about Russia. And that tells you a lot, because there was this thing, I don't know if they forgot, it was called the Cold War, where the Russians were the bad guys, but now they are fully embracing Russia. And that made me remember, in my lifetime, this is just about me now, in my lifetime, I have never met a jovial Russian. I don't know, maybe I'm just naive, but I've never met a jovial Russian, you know, who's like smiling, all happy. Like, they're normally very cold. Like very cold, they look like they could, it's like smiling is banned in Russia. Like if they see you smiling, they'll be like, Vladimir, that man was smiling, get rid of him. And then you hear somebody screaming after being thrown off a window. Now, enough of my rambling, let's continue.
Philip Hutchinson was a Conservative Party candidate in last year's local elections in Britain. He now lives in Moscow, running a company that helps others to relocate here.
Well, every week we get 50 to 80 inquiries. You know, we get a lot of
From Britain?
From the UK, yeah. There's a huge amount of people that are frustrated by the way the country's going, and you know, taxes keep going up and up and up. And we're giving all this money to you know, Ukraine, but we can't even feed our own, you know, people at home.
You mentioned there's a war going on. Does that bother people? Does that bother you?
Look, it doesn't. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not getting involved in that. You know, I'm not here to deal with politics.
But is politics at play here?
Are officially on Russian soil for the first time.
Many new arrivals post videos about how wonderful their new life is.
It's unlike anything you can see in America. It's absolutely amazing.
Derek Huffman, who moved with his family from Arizona, has even joined the Russian army and become a citizen.
Real quick, we're gonna go to see a story of this guy who moved to Russia and got sent to the front lines. So immediately after this video, we're going to see the Huffman story. So hang on, we still have lots to go.
Russian citizen.
A Russian citizen.
Had a communication with a family like this.
But Moscow insists this isn't a PR campaign.
We don't give any social security guarantee or any free housing or any free breakfast here. So people come on their own with their own money, own families, on their own expense.
So it's not a recruitment campaign?
Absolutely not.
Zeka, would you pick a drink that's going to be good?
Not everyone's had a positive experience. The Hares say they were scammed out of $50,000 by the family who initially put them up, and their two oldest sons have returned to America because of problems finding a school.
Okay, so this guy, he left Texas because Texas was too woke. He did not want the LGBTQ. He was afraid of the gays. He was afraid of the gay community. So he was like, I'd rather risk my family in Russia being sent to Ukraine and blown up rather than, you know, getting the LGBTQ, living around LGBTQ community in Texas. So it's ridiculous, the reason that these people give. In the process, he got scammed $50,000. Now, the other guy who I told you moved to Russia and got sent to the front lines. Now we're going to go see his story, how it was covered. Because for these families, it's not always a happy ending. For most of these people, it's not always a happy ending. It's not all that it's cracked out to be. Russians are not known for their warm and jovial personalities. So whenever I hear Americans moving to Russia, that's great content. So speaking of great content, let's go to the other story.
I miss you so much. I love you. Today's Father's Day. Wish I could be there. But I'll be home for the next one.
This was the last heartfelt message an American dad sent home to his wife and kids. Except their home is now Russia, where dad is fighting on the Ukrainian front lines in Putin's army. It's a wild story that is playing out in real time on their YouTube channel, Huffman Time. Here's everything we know about the anti-woke family who fled the US to Russia and the dangerous turn of events they didn't see coming. It all began in March of this year when Derek Huffman and his wife Deanna moved their three daughters, ages 10, 11, and 12, across the globe to avoid woke ideology, including LGBTQ stories that they claim were being pushed at their kids' school in Texas. Using a special Kremlin-backed visa program aimed at right-wing expats, the Huffmans settled in the town of Istra outside Moscow. Moscow is also where the couple had honeymooned years before. Their new home? The American Village, founded by US blogger Tim Kirby in 2023 for conservatives seeking to escape the liberal gender norm, although only 2 families have moved so far.
Okay, so like it's ridiculous. Like these things are ridiculous. Like you are so conservative, you are aligning with Russia, who has been the enemy of America throughout. These people are being used for propaganda by Russia. That's why in the first clip you saw, even the Russian media was covering the American getting the passport. That was, I guess, before he got scammed 50,000. So these people have no clue what they're doing. Like this, if you have a father like this, if you have a dad like this, you are screwed. You are screwed because he does not know how to protect you. Most of these people are ignorant. They don't know geopolitics. They don't know why Russia would want MAGA influencers or whoever to be there. Let's continue.
That safe haven seems to have backfired. Derek Huffman, aged 46, joined the Russian military in the hopes of expediting citizenship for his family, telling Russian state media, "The point of this act for me is to earn a place here in Russia. If I risk myself for our new country, no one will say that I am not part of it. Unlike migrants in America who come there just like that, do not assimilate, and at the same time want free handouts." But despite being assured he would serve a non-combat role, either as a welder or a correspondent, his wife Deanna claimed in a since-deleted YouTube video that he's being thrown to the wolves. When he signed up and had all of that done, he was told he would not be training for 2 weeks and going straight to the front lines. But it seems as though he is getting one more week of training closer to the front lines, and then they're going to put him on the front lines. Meanwhile, it's business as usual for the wannabe momfluencer and her 10,000 YouTube subscribers. From unboxing a Russian brand of Instapot.
Guess what we got?
Like this is so funny. Like, can you imagine you move your family to Russia and then you get sent to the front lines? Meanwhile, your wife is like, look at this air fryer I just got. Meanwhile, you're risking your life. Like these people are a joke. It's insane. But let's continue.
So excited. Thank you so much. What a blessing.
To chronicling her preteens experiences in this new foreign land.
How is it? Is that one of your favorite things?
And I'm making diamond art for when Grandma comes so I can give it as a gift.
For who?
For Babushka.
However, under the surface, a darker story is unfolding. It's been over a month since Derek's face has graced their social media. Deanna claims they hadn't been paid yet for his military service. On June 14th, she opened up about her struggles adjusting to this new life.
Good morning. Oh, sorry it's been so long since I've made a video. It has been quite a week.
A lot of prayer. I'm doing a lot of praying because missing my husband a lot.
Okay, so as you can see, she is missing her husband. I went to their YouTube channel to find out more. The guy already got his passport, and the latest update I saw was she and her daughters. I think they are trying to get the passports now for the wife and the kids. Now, these Americans, for me, I consider them like next level crazy. They should be in an asylum if they think red states like Texas are woke and they'd rather go to Russia. Some people need to be protected from themselves because they're putting themselves in danger. They're putting their family, their kids in danger, moving to these countries as Americans without any clue what can happen to them. So let me know in the comments, are you supporting their move? Do you think they did the right thing? America is too woke. It's too woke now. We have to go embrace Russia. Do you support their move? Or do you think they're crazy? Let me know in the comments. That's the video for today. If you like this type of videos, consider liking and subscribing. And of course, share this on all the networks. I'll see ya.
Oh my goodness, all the networks! Wow! All the networks!